everyone? Welcome back to another video. If you don't know who I am, that means you're new. I'm Mark. What's good with y'all? Go check out my other videos. Check them out. But first, this is going to be a subject that, people are not going to want to accept the reality of. All right? Especially the anti-gunners. Because we're back on another episode of Debunking Anti Gunners. Let's get into it. You saw the thumbnail. You read the title. Welcome back. This episode of Debunking Anti Gunners. Excuse me. Private sales are just loopholes so people don't have to pass a background check. I'm going to give you guys a good couple of reasons why that's just the stupidest fucking thing ever. For starters, the most obvious one. What if the gun stores don't have what I want? I'm a collector. I don't know about you guys, but I do like to collect firearms. Some gun stores don't have the gun I'm looking for. Some gun stores, you have to give them a note and be like, hey, when this comes in, please call me. This is my phone number. I will buy it the second it gets here. And sometimes they don't even call you. Sometimes gun stores just don't have what you want. So what do? You're going to find somebody who has what you want, who wants money. They will sell it to you, and you have your gun. Now, there's that. That's just the simple aspect that some gun stores don't have they might not have what you want. That's just how it is. Next. A majority of people who can't pass a background check, they're not buying guns from private sales in the sense that people are thinking. A majority of firearms that are used in crime or that are even caught by prohibited possessors are oftentimes stolen. Or they lied to the person who they were buying it from in the private sale to make the person believe that they are not a prohibited possessor, which is also illegal. Now, all of these already have laws that are into effect, essentially. So what does your bitching and moaning do? Nothing. How many mass shooters got their guns in private sales? Few to none. A lot of them actually pass background checks. That's what people don't realize. A lot of them pass background checks and bought their guns from stores. Private sales have had very little to no effect on increasing crime. There's basically none, actually. There's no documented and well-founded proof that private firearm sales have led to an increase in gun crime or even an increase in crime as a whole. Why is that? Because a majority of people a majority of people who are prohibited possessors who are actually buying their guns are not buying them from stores. They're not buying them from private sales. They're buying them off the streets, which you might try to consider as a private sale. However, when you're buying a stolen gun, it's a little bit different than buying, a gun off somebody who's not a felon, who's not a prohibited possessor. The gun is not stolen. The gun is 100% legal in every way, shape, or form. It's a very different situation there, just in the aspect of legality. It makes it a whole nother realm. Now, you might have caught what I said a little bit earlier about, the ones, the ones who are prohibited possessors who actually buy their guns. You might be wondering what I mean by actually buy their guns. And if you don't know, now you know, a majority of people who are, committing crimes and shit with guns and shit, they stole the guns. They are stolen. They are not, they didn't buy them themselves. They probably broke into some cars or some houses and stole them. That's just how it works. And honestly, that's a majority of the guns that are being sold in the streets too are stolen. They are dirty. They are dirty, dirty, dirty guns. It doesn't matter what a background check would do in that situation. The private sale has nothing to do with it. The private sale itself also is not a crime. Let's make that 100% clear. Private sales of firearms have never been a crime. Never ever been a crime. Now, I'm pretty sure there's a certain number once you reach up to you're selling this many guns, you do have to get a license after a while. However, that's not my point. Private sales have never been illegal. They have never required background checks. And why would they? Like, for reference, right? Let's say I wanted to, sit here and have a garage sale, right? Put this out here, nothing super special, just, a little sword, right? Why shouldn't I have to run a background check for this at that point then? It doesn't make sense. That's what I'm getting at. There's no reason for there to be a background check for this in a private sale if there's not one for this, just like there won't be one for this, just like there isn't one for this. Oh, what else is that? What is it? Look, spit cover for a microphone. There won't be one for this. What is this? Holy shit, it's a remote, guys. We need a background check for it. Oh my God, the private sale is going to kill us all. You see how stupid that fucking sounds? These are all inanimate objects. All of them. All of them. Right here. No background check for this vape. They didn't even check my ID when I bought it. Like, you see what I mean? So why should I have to require a background check if I'm selling a gun to somebody just because it's a gun? If I know the person's not a prohibited possessor, why do I need a background check? Why do I have to go out of my way to spend the money to do all of that? If they're not a prohibited possessor, the background check isn't going to do anything. And legally, we are allowed to take people at their word when they say they're not a prohibited possessor, especially because we're not FFLs. We're not gun stores. If I want to sell my gun to a friend, that's my business and my business alone. That's just simply the truth of the matter here. Anything else would be forcing a background check for a private sale is the biggest middle finger just due to the fact that it's none of your fucking business. It is none of your business. Same way if I want to sell this cup, I'll sell this. No background check. That's just how it works. That's what private sales are. You can't sit here and try to force a background check for two private. I'm not a gun store. Gun stores are the ones who are required by law for those background checks. If I don't have to sit here and fucking make someone go through a background check to sell them a gun, why am I going to do that? There's no actual, objective point to it. So beyond the fact that, one, it's not anyone else's business other than my own, beyond the fact that a majority of criminals are not buying their guns off private sales or even from gun stores, they're stealing them. On top of the fact that, oh God, that's the problem. There's so many fucking things about this. On top of the fact that just some gun stores are not going to have what you want. The most important of all, in my opinion at least, the most important of all is that if your state has some bullshit waiting period and you're able to find somebody who will sell you the gun in a private transfer, it's the exact same gun you want, why would you have to wait those extra days to be able to protect yourself? Why? That makes no sense in any way, shape, or form. That's one of the few benefits of a private sale is you don't have to deal with any bullshit wait period if your state enforces one. Some people might try to argue, oh, well, they might need that wait period. There is no such thing as a fucking cool-off period, guys. I hate to break this to you, but stuff that look, guys, I'm still mad about things that happened when I was 8. I am 23. I'm still mad about shit from 15 years ago. You move on. That's life. That's just life. All right. You know what I mean? Things that get you upset aren't gonna not get you upset in 3 days. That's just the truth of the matter here. So avoiding that wait time, especially if you're in urgent need of a firearm for protection, crucial. Having to do the background check process would enforce the 3-day wait, or at least in Florida, the 3-day cool-off period. It would enforce that as well. That would leave somebody who might desperately need a gun, desperately, be left screwed over. All because people think everybody needs to go through a background check, especially for private sales. As I said before, guys, the people who can't pass background checks, they're not trying to find private sales. They're probably just going to commit more crime because they're already committing crime. To be a prohibited possessor, a majority of time, you have to have been committed of some form of crime. That's just how it works. You know, like the good, law abiding, sane, sober, moral citizen is not a prohibited possessor. You see what I mean? Now, with that being said, I think that about wraps it up for this video. Don't want this one to go in circles. However, those are a couple of pretty damn obvious reasons why you don't need a background check for private sales. Like, it feels stupid because just the one concept alone of, well, some stores don't have what I want, so why should I have to also go through a background check if I'm having to buy it off some person? Just that whole aspect alone of, you know, like, it makes zero sense to me. Just that aspect alone should, you know, you would think would make them be like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. They're not smart enough to even see that. So just know, guys, these anti-gunners, I gave them that name for a reason. They are very much so anti-gun. They can't see common sense here. Like, if you go to a store, right, and you're looking for a specific product and they don't have it, right? But you go on, you know, you go on, say, a random website, you know, of people who are selling the products, and someone who, you know, is in a similar area as you is like, oh yeah, I'm actually selling that. Okay, yeah, sure, I'll come and pick it up off you. Like, that registers in their head. But if it's a gun, it's like, what? Mind blown. It makes no sense. That makes that's absolutely ludicrous to me that they cannot grasp that concept when it's about a gun, but they can grasp that concept about anything else. Anything else, as long as it's not a gun. Makes no fucking sense at all. But with that being said, y'all make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, hit that bell. When you hit that bell, hit all. And because you agree with me, enforcing background checks on private sales is the stupidest fucking thing ever. The concept of, oh, it's a loophole so people don't have to pass background checks is the stupidest fucking thing ever, because the ones who can't pass background checks are oftentimes already committing crime, so they're probably just going to steal a gun. If you agree with me, make sure to check out all my other videos. Y'all make sure to stay legal, stay safe, stay dangerous. Have a good one, y'all. Peace.